Want to know the best Mercedes and BMW repair center? Introducing Star Auto Services. Located at 1555 South 10th Street in San Jose. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Give them a call at 408-280-7002 or visit their website, starautoservices.net. Star Auto Services. Quality service and repair for Mercedes and BMWs. If your dentist appointments sound like that, then it's time to make the switch to Dr. Lee. Dr. David Lee, Family Cosmetic and Restorative Dentistry, with offices in San Jose and Sunnyvale. Give them a call today at 408-972-9926 or go to smileplanner.com. Dr. David Lee, quality and comfortable dental care you can trust.
Good evening. This is Rangmunch with Alima on Desi 1170. I hope everyone is having a fantastic Saturday. I am having a great time, and I have Julio back on the board.
Yes.
We missed you for 2
Good
weeks.
evening, everyone. I got back from Vegas. I had a great time. I'm coming here more refreshed than ever.
There you go.
Yes.
I mean, guys, he went to Vegas and then he won a jackpot too, and he doesn't even share a penny with me. How unfair is this?
It's because I spent it all.
Seriously.
I was so lucky and happy. I just spent all my money. So it's okay.
Oh, you know what? I have to tell you something. I have to
Yes.
share something with you.
Please tell me.
Remember when we were doing about 3 or 4 weeks back, we had a caller where they was doing a dedication for one of the favorite actresses and stuff, and then she responded back, and the following week you were gone. I mean,
Right.
you know.
Right.
Well, anyway, I need to pass this message to you all the way from India, from that actress, because she thinks your voice is very sexy.
You're kidding.
I am
no,
not.
now I know you're
I
lying.
still
no
have
freaking way.
I still have the WhatsApp message from her.
No way.
I
Please
still-
send me a copy of that.
I don't know how to do a WhatsApp
I will
thing.
do it for you because I'm
Sure,
going to upload that on
be
my
guest. No,
Facebook.
seriously. And
I'm
I
so gonna
replied,
brag about that.
And I replied back to her, you think so too? Because that's what exactly I told him.
Wow. No way.
No, seriously.
I just made my day so much better.
I am not lying. And
I'm so glad.
I said I'm going to share this with him definitely on the radio. In fact, I mentioned it even when you were not there, because she responded back so fast, and it so happened that the person her fan who did the dedication for her, that Friday was her birthday. No, that Saturday was her birthday. And so she was so tickled pink that her favorite person responded back so fast after listening to the whole radio show.
Seriously, usually they take forever, right?
Yeah, so exactly, because I sent it to her, and like about 2-3 hours I got a message on my WhatsApp saying, oh my god, I listened to the show, say thank you. And my goodness, I mean, he's got a sexy voice. And I was laughing, and I said, it is so funny because I said exactly the same thing to him.
I'm gonna take a picture of your phone. I want to take a picture of that. I'm gonna put it on my Facebook and I'm gonna brag.
I can give you that picture, but those. So this is Alima on Desi 1170 Rangmunch with Alima, and I hope everyone's having a fantastic time. I mean, with all the fun and the relaxations and all that stuff going on, I mean, it's so sad to hear the big tragedy in Spain with the train. Have you seen that, Julio? The train, the
speed train.
Yeah, the speed train.
Yeah, I saw a video of it, or I saw an animation of
Isn't
what
that
happened.
crazy?
It's just ridiculous.
And all just because the train driver, just wanted to get a kick out of seeing how fast he was going to go.
Really? I thought it was not his fault.
No, it is. Apparently, he was texting when he was speeding up. I mean, seriously.
No.
And he goes, oh my God, I effed up and I want to die, was his statement. He didn't even realize that because he was speeding so much, he couldn't get that curve. You know what happens when you hit a curve at the high speed?
Yeah, you saw the video, right?
I did.
Yeah, it's so scary.
It was horrible. It was horrible.
Don't text while driving.
He
the
was in fact, according to one of the articles that I've been reading, somewhere he says that, oh my God, I'm going, what joy it would be to get to level with the police. And so he was
So this guy kind of planned this all along?
Yeah, he was boasting on the Facebook page about reaching speeds of more than 125 miles in the past.
What the heck? Not something I'd be proud of with a bunch of people on a
I
train.
mean, killed what, 80 plus people?
Really? I
And
thought it was 30 people. What the
It was
heck?
80 plus people who died.
Oh my gosh.
All because he was just playing with, I mean, and he allegedly also, posted an image of a speedometer with the caption, "What joy it would be to get level with the police and then go past them, making their speed guns go off. Ha ha."
Haha, no more. Oh my
As in, ha ha
god.
ha. I mean,
Wait, he died along with everyone else, right?
no.
What?
He survived.
He
He's in
survived?
police custody right now.
No way.
He is in police custody. Yes, you see, I have even a picture of him on my page. You see the article?
Oh, wow.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
He's alive. Oh my
I mean,
gosh.
I just can't believe it. I just can't believe the things that people do.
Yeah, it makes me scared to go on trains. California, haven't we been talking about getting a bullet train around here
I
from
know,
to LA?
right?
You've
Yeah.
heard about that, right?
Yes, yes.
And I'm quite hesitant to get on a train.
Well, I mean, come to think of it, I mean, look at all the commuters every day. Caltrain,
Yeah,
BOT, ACE, Amtrak.
I know, right?
I mean,
It can happen. It can happen.
it can happen. I mean, every time, like, I live right off of the Lafayette railway tracks, on the other side. So every time I pass those tracks, and there have been few accidents at that location on Lafayette.
Really?
Yes, there have been accidents there. And every time I cross the tracks, every time I pass those tracks, I'm like, how easy it is for someone to be so distracted. Or how easy it is for someone to just go past the gates when they're closed because they just want to go.
Right.
And what happens if your car suddenly stops right smack?
You are dead.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's scary.
Yeah. Oh man, I just thought about it right
But,
now.
but then you kind of live your life, right? You go on, you think about it, and you go on. But
I always think about it. Every time I even go past it and it's okay to go, I always imagine
I know
getting
it's-
hit by a train. I
Yeah.
just always think about it.
It
I
is
don't know
just
why.
scary. Like even when you're standing at the station, and you know how there's a gap between the tracks and the platform,
Yeah.
and you're kind of inching forward to see if a train is coming.
Yes, I always look, no matter what. I
and,
always
and,
look.
and you always think, oh boy, I mean, what if someone accidentally, shoves against me accidentally?
What if that guy was here and he's texting and he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm going 300 miles per hour."
Yeah, it's just so scary. I mean, it's like the split second that can change everything. That can change everything. I mean, it's so sad. It is really sad that just for thrill,
I know. And I thought these trains would have like limiters where you can't go past a
past
certain.
the speed limit of what?
know, right?
I mean, and come to think of it, isn't that how the teenagers would do? You get influenced, you get bullied, they egg you on to do things to try them out, where you think an innocent little thing
No.
ends up becoming a major tragedy.
Yeah, peer pressure does
Yes,
that.
peer
so-
pressure does that, and yeah, well, my kids are getting into high school now. It's scary. Did I
drive
just get
fast.
goosebumps on my head?
No, I thinking about the train hitting me. It's still like, ugh.
I know it is so scary, but anyways, well, here we are talking about the trains and everything, and then I read an article that apparently when you're driving, the government has a record of wherever you go. Do you know that?
The car has a wait. What has
Yeah,
a record?
the government keeps track of all your comings and goings. But
What? No, now I don't believe you.
well, I've always heard, I've read articles about the Homeland Security, about tabs on your phones, about
but tabs on my
and all this
car?
thing and this NASA thing, everything
Yeah.
is based off of that, right? Snowden coming, the whistle, whatever it
They're
is.
tapping my 2001
Yeah.
Honda
There
Civic.
you
That
go,
thing? Are you
see?
serious?
There you go. See, so I came across this article. I'm thinking, are you serious? Really? It says you're driving somewhere. There's a government record of that, where you're going. So they have automated scanners. So your local and your state police departments may have photographs of your car in their files. I mean, when you're driving on a particular day, it's not like you did anything wrong. Whether you did wrong or no, apparently there are some states which are creating a government tracking system for all the vehicles for your comings and goings.
Wow, that's
I mean,
crazy.
it'll have pictures, it'll have the license plates, whatnot. I mean,
I would actually appreciate that
I think so too.
because
I
we
don't-
were mistakenly pulled over before my trip to Vegas,
Aha.
and it was really scary. The cops pulled out guns. They thought we were people with guns, and then we were locked down, and we were like, oh my god. And
Are you serious?
just because we were mistakenly the wrong car, yeah.
Uh-oh. See,
Yeah,
that happens. I mean,
know.
you know. But apparently
the
they
right
keep
people.
these records for weeks or years and sometimes indefinitely. I mean, it's...
Does that explain why I drive somewhere and I get random flashes everywhere? Like there's some. Does
possible.
that ever
Is
happen
it
to you?
as if-
It's happened to me twice in like
I haven't
Cupertino.
seen flashes. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. Now that I've read this thing, maybe I will start paying attention to the cops and what they're doing, because all the cities and the traffic lights don't have cameras.
Yeah, no, they
right?
don't have.
I mean, not all of them have that.
They have like traffic sensors.
Yeah, but not but not
Actual
so much.
cameras.
Yeah. But I thought, I mean,
Interesting.
it's really interesting. I mean, in fact, for some reason, I seem to have come across all these things that the police are doing, or what they're doing, what they're not doing, and I'm sitting and thinking, well, I think in a way it's good, and I'm sure a lot of people will disagree because they don't want to be tapped,
Sure.
they don't want to be surveillance and all that
I
stuff.
think they're just doing it for
It's-
protection, right?
well, because a lot of people think it's invasion of privacy.
Yeah.
All I can say, this is my opinion, all I can say is there's a history to it. There's a reason why things are getting done the way they're getting done, right? So, unfortunately,
and
we
stuff.
have to live with it, with whatever terrorists. And I go, well, and then I come across this article about this police officer who was fired because he was pursuing a government vehicle which was speeding in Iowa. And I'm thinking, how ironic is that? Here you have a federal agent. I mean,
Chasing his own.
chasing a governor. He was chasing a government vehicle because apparently a senator was in it, and the driver was driving above 90 miles an hour. And that actually is endangerment. It's not even speeding. I read somewhere that after you go past a certain limit of, like, if it's 70 miles an hour, you kind of go 75, 78.
Yeah, with the
That's
flow
okay.
of traffic.
But then if you go above 80, 85, that's not speeding. That's endangerment, actually.
Yeah. That's so weird. Like, why would he get fired doing his job?
Well, because it's political now, right?
Yeah.
Because a person in the car happens to be a senator.
That makes no sense.
Well,
oh my gosh.
I mean, come on. I mean, it's a bribing, it's political. Well, all those things happen anywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere. But
Oh, wow.
anyway,
That's
so
weird.
there we go. My trip around the world, and I come across all this stuff, and I'm sitting and thinking, what are the chances of you have the good, the bad, and the ugly happening every day in your life?
I know, right?
And we sometimes feel so protected in our own little bubble of world.
Yes. That's how I feel right now. I'm just like,
Yes.
nothing
It's like-
happens to me.
Yeah,
all
sometimes
these-
it's like better not to know what is happening than,
Yeah.
knowing what can happen, isn't it?
I know. It feels good to just,
Yeah.
like.
Stay away from it, right?
Yep, stay
All
aside.
right. Anyways, so well, I have a special song, and this happens to be actually a favorite of Julio. In fact, he was listening to it, and I thought, well, it also was a favorite. It's a favorite song for one of the persons that I really like and love. And I don't know if he's going to be listening, but I kind of, messed up his mood today. So I thought, Sochaki, let me play this song. Maybe his mood will kind of up, and then, he'll talk to me again, and he'll smile at me.
Let's take a listen.
Let's take a
Let's
lesson, right?
listen.
Those two stay tuned to Rangmunch with Alima. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Yeah.
कहते हैं शादी करने का कोई सही वक्त नहीं होता, जब कर लो बस तभी से तुम्हारा बुरा वक्त शुरू हो जाता है। अदिति, मेरे शेर, मेरे चीते, तुझे कुछ साल अकेला क्या छोड़ा? तूने इतना बड़ा झोल कर दिया। बदतमीजी एक बीमारी है, ऐसी बीमारी जो धीरे धीरे वक्त के साथ बुढ़ापे में बदल जाती है। मैं कहता हूं जब तक बुढ़ापा नहीं आता, थोड़ी बदतमीजी ही कर लेते हैं।
पुदीना देगा नाका नागिना देगा चिकनी चमेली देखी चिकना कमीना देगा चांदनी चिडर होके चीट किया तो सारे तारे बोले गिली गिली अक्खा थाली में कटोरा लेकर आलू भात मूड़ी भात मेरे भी जो किसी ने रिपीट किया तो साला मैंने तेरे मुंह पे मारा मुक्का खड़ा है कम वक्त छोड़ना जाने ना बदतमीज दिल बदतमीज दिल बदतमीज दिल माने ना बदतमीज दिल बदतमीज दिल बदतमीज दिल माने ना ये जो हाल है सवाल है कमाल है जाने ना बदतमीज दिल बदतमीज दिल बदतमीज दिल माने ना ढिमका वाला ना देखा सीन का सिंगाला खा के शेर का गुरा ना देखा पूरी दुनिया का गोल गोल चक्कर लेके मैंने दुनिया को मारा धक्का बॉलीवुड हॉलीवुड वेरी वेरी जॉली गुड राय के पहाड़ पर 3 फुटा लीली फुट मेरे पीछे किसी ने रिपीट किया तो साला मैंने तेरे मुंह पे मारा मुक्का अय्याशी के मनवे से खुद को मोड़ना जाने ना कंबल बेवजह ये शर्म का ओढ़ना जाने ना पकड़ के खड़ा है कम वक्त छोड़ना जाने ना बदतमीज दिल बदतमीज दिल बदतमीज दिल माने ना बदतमीज दिल बदतमीज दिल बदतमीज दिल माने ना छोड़ना जाने ना बदतमीज दिल बदतमीज दिल माने ना बदतमीज दिल बदतमीज दिल बदतमीज दिल माने ना ये जो हाल है सवाल है कमाल है जाने ना बदतमीज दिल बदतमीज दिल बदतमीज दिल माने ना
And Rangmunch with Alima is back on Desi 1170. And dosto, thank you so much for tuning in. If you guys have any special requests, dedications, or just feel like chatting away, or whatever you're doing, sharing your thoughts, do give us a call. The number to call is 408-912-5565. And as I continue to do my round of the shows, a lot seems to be happening in all the shows. And unfortunately, this week I was so busy because I had my sister visiting from India this week. So I kind of couldn't catch up on all the shows, but I still managed to kind of did a marathon sitting of watching the shows last night until 3 o'clock this morning, and a little bit more today to see where we stand. Though the first on my list is Na Bole Tumne Maine Kuch Kaha. The reason I picked that show is because a lot has happened. I mean, if you remember last week, to maine bola ki they're trying to do a season 3, but it's just rumors and stuff. Season 3 ka rumors is still rumors, but obviously there's been a big change in the storyline now. Apparently Mohan Bhatnagar is going to die, so he's not going to be, or rather Mohan is not going to be in the show anymore, and then we have a new family coming into the show, a lot of new characters, entirely a different storyline, and of course all these people like Nanhi, Bira, these people are all going to disappear in the next storyline coming up, and Megha is going to move to Mumbai, and of course it's going to concentrate more on Rimjim and Megha's search for Rimjim's biological mother. So I guess that's where the story goes. And then of course, since she moves to Mumbai, I mean, we are going to have Kunal Kapoor coming as Vasu, he's going to be like a tough mob guy. And so that is where Mohan Bhatnagar, well, of course, he's not Mohan Bhatnagar, but it just so happens that he is going to be coming as an entirely different character. And now is that's the different storyline that's going to be happening in Na Bole Tumne Maine Kuch Kaha. So, and obviously it's also going to take a 2-year leap. So, I guess with all these new people coming in, we have Asia Kazi, who's going to be coming in as Ruku, and of course we've got 2 other veteran actors coming in as her parents, and apparently there's going to be a love triangle between Mega, Vasu, and Ruku. And it's funny, like even the articles they still continue saying Mohan, but then in reality he's really not Mohan. So I guess it's going to take a while for people to come to reconcile to the fact that Mohan Bhatnagar is dead and this is going to be Vasu in Mumbai. So that is going to be an interesting twist. So dosto, it's not like it's a season 3. It is still, I believe, season 2. But let's see how this thing plays out. I mean, season 2, though, I really liked the story. I really loved it. And it's unfortunate that they are ending it the way they are ending it. But then again, apparently the TRPs have not been really good. And I guess they're going in for a major change in the storyline. So there we go, people. Here is another third storyline going into Mega and the Not Alive Mohan Bhatnagar story. So it's going to be interesting to see how gripping that storyline is going to be. So if anyone was interested to catch it on Colors, it is still at the same slot, and we still have the same people. The main characters, the main protagonists are still Akanksha and Kunal. But of course, we're going to have plenty of new people coming in and entirely different storyline coming up on that. Moving on to Veera. Now that things have settled in Prithampur, the people of Prithampur or the Panchayat of Prithampur seem to have gone bonkers. I mean, seriously. I know Kirtar Singh is obsessed with Ratan, and obviously, and he's created so many situations and where everyone believes that his wife Gurpreet has actually left him and had divorced him just because he wants to marry Ratan. Friday episode ended with the Panchayat coming to a conclusion that Ratan should marry Kirtar Singh because both of them are single people now, and both of them need company and of course to set up a family again, and Ranvi and Veera need a father. So they have come up with the decision to have these 2 people married. But then again, of course, Balwant, he doesn't want anything to happen unless Ratan says so. But my guess is Kirtar's wife is going to come back into the show, raising hell. So dekhenge ki what Gurpreet is going to do, because in the sense that from the articles that I can see, it looks like Gurpreet is coming back and she is hell-bent on making sure that Kirtar's life becomes a living hell. So that is the storyline going on right now. I remember mentioning ki Wasim Saibur has quit the show, but hopefully with him quitting the show, it's been about a week, and the episodes that I have seen, they do seem to be doing really well. Hopefully the new director is going to do a good and decent job about directing that show. So it's one of it's a good show, people. I mean, we still have Veera and Ranveer there, the youngsters. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's heading for a leap at some point, lekin abhi bhi kuch bhi nahi confirm hua hai. So that is Veera for you on Star Plus. And also this is Rangmunch with Alima on Desi 1170. Do tune in or give us a call if you have any special dedications or special requests. And the number to call is 408-912-5565. And I have a special request all the way from Pakistan. This is for Amy, and she's been watching this Pakistani show Dil-e-Mustar, and she loves the title song. So she's messaged me today that the show has come to an end, but she really wants to listen to the title song again. So Amy, this is all for you. Stay tuned, people. We'll be back.
दिले मुस्तर को समझाया बहुत है, मगर इस दिल ने तड़पाया बहुत है।
मुस्तर को समझाया बहुत है, मगर इस दिल ने तड़पाया बहुत है। कयामत है ये तड़के आरज़ू भी, कयामत है ये तड़के आरज़ू भी। मुझे अक्सर वो याद आया बहुत है, मगर इस दिल ने तड़पाया बहुत है। दिल मुस्तर को समझाया बहुत है।
तबस्सुम भी, हया भी, बेरुखी भी, तबस्सुम भी, हया भी, बेरुखी भी।
तबस्सुम भी, हया भी, बेरुखी भी। तबस्सुम भी, हया भी, बेरुखी भी। ये अंदाज़े सितम भाया बहुत है। ये अंदाज़े सितम भाया बहुत है।
रहे हस्ती के इस जलते सफर में, रहे हस्ती के इस जलते सफर में।
रही हस्ती के इस चलते सफर में, रही हस्ती के इस चलते सफर में। तुम्हारी याद का साया बहुत है। तुम्हारी याद का साया बहुत है। दिल मुस्तर को समझाया बहुत है।
Want to know the best Mercedes and BMW repair center? Introducing Star Auto Services, located at 1555 South 10th Street in San Jose. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Give them a call at 408-280-7002 or visit their website, starautoservices.net. Star Auto Services, quality service and repair for Mercedes and BMWs. If your dentist appointments sound like that, then it's time to make the switch to Dr. Lee. Dr. David Lee, Family Cosmetic and Restorative Dentistry, with offices in San Jose and Sunnyvale. Give them a call today at 408-972-9926 or go to smileplanner.com. Dr. David Lee, quality and comfortable dental care you can trust.
Rangmunch with Alima is back on Desi 1170. Dosto, in fact, when we were on the break and playing this song, Julio and I were talking about Under the Dome.
I was so interested.
It was interesting, and I was telling them last week when it comes every Monday night at 10 o'clock, and I was telling him last week's episode was amazing because what happens is, like I said, Under the Dome is where this huge dome cuts off a village. Cuts off a little town. I think it's called Hesterville or something like that.
I just saw it.
Yeah, something like that. And so the government decides to actually put a missile through the dome to break it apart. So what happens? Of course, the people inside the dome don't know about it. So what happens, Ki, is like all these people, all the relatives and the friends of the people inside the dome come to visit them, and they just think it's like they're coming in to meet and greet them and all that stuff. But then one of the army people comes and tells that actually they're planning on sending a missile to see if they can break the dome and all that stuff. So assuming that it's going to kill all the people under the dome, so it was kind of like a last time goodbye to all those people under the dome. So anyway, and of course the whole town is trying to protect itself under these huge tunnels or whatever it is under the ground. And I was telling Julio, the ending scene of that episode was amazing because there you go, the missile hits the dome, and then of course there's this dead silence and this little rumble kind of a thing, and then everyone is wondering what happened, did we come through or what it is. So we see a couple of people come out, and the cop of the town is like on this huge water towers kind of a thing, and the scene that you can see is there's not even a dent on the dome. But the rest outside of the dome.
Spoiler alert, by the way.
Well, they've already seen it.
Oh yeah, it's already been out, right? So.
But the outside is in ashes, people. So obviously, my conclusion is when the missile hits the dome, it rebounds back like a boomerang. It bounces off the dome and actually destroys everything else on the other side of the dome.
The properties of this dome.
It's amazing. It's amazing the way they show it. It's all ashes and smoke rising.
I'm trying to find a clip, but I can't.
You should, or you should just pull up the episode and see if you can catch it on. But anyways, it's written by Stephen King. I am completely engrossed in this Under the Dome once a week. It's amazing. The graphics are great.
I have a question.
Yes.
About Stephen King's known for writing horror stuff.
Yes.
So it's like, is it actually scary or
it
horror-ish, or it's just them surviving?
It is scary in the sense what is going to happen to the people inside the dome. It is scary in the sense when people start getting hungry, when people are going to start not trusting each other, what is that going to do to the psyche of the people? What is going to happen when people are sick? You have people there who have seizures, who are diabetic, who are old. What's going to happen to those people? And the other subplot in that is apparently there is some kind of a propane, of some propane or whatever it is. There's some other plot happening there. So there is a lot of money involved. There is a murder. There is a murder that had already happened. Dead bodies buried under the dome. So there's this whole subplot going on. So it's obviously there's going to be so many little bit stories about each person coming out there.
It's good writing right there. But I had a question. This dome, because I have not seen the show, but can they hear each other through the other side of the wall?
Nope.
Or no? It's completely silent?
It's completely silent. You cannot hear anything.
Wow.
You cannot hear anything. So.
I wish I was in that dome. Just to touch it. I just want to touch it and be like,
and a couple of kids, are like teenage kids, every time they go closer to the dome, it's like they get zapped.
Really?
And they have seizures. So we don't know what it is. They haven't covered what that is all
That happens
about.
to the young people in the show.
The young people so far, it was one girl and a boy who are like about 14, 15 years old, and they get zapped and they have like seizures, you know.
I don't
So-
want to approach that.
Yeah. so you know, so there's a lot of subplots and sub stories for individuals that are already, you know, that, and there's a pastor in for the city, right? And he's involved in that little lucrative whatever that swindling thing that is happening that hasn't come out completely out, and he gets killed. You know, the ex sheriff, I think, he kills him. I mean, he just pushes his head against the dome and he just dies. I mean,
He pushes his head against the dome.
against the
and
dome, and his ear and his side of the face gets crushed, and he just
What?
dies. Yes.
You can just take
So-
someone's face and just
Yeah.
slam
and-
it against.
Yeah. So
I need
so
to watch the show. I'm more interested in.
You see, now you need to watch it every Monday night.
I just want to know how the dome works. I don't even care about the story. I'm
But
just like, this
watch it from
dome.
the first episode. Though,
Okay.
Because you don't want to miss the cow getting cut into half. You don't want to miss that
What?
graphic
That is
scene.
I
That
s-
is
saw there was like a truck that got smashed. Like,
like yes, you saw that one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but a
that,
cow.
that
Interesting.
was an amazing way they showed it. I mean, I cannot ever forget that anymore.
wow.
That scene was an amazing thing for me.
Yeah, watch the show, everyone.
But anyways, then of course, you know, as we go along and as we get into our fall, you know, into September, October, then we have all new shows coming up, and then I'm going to talk about some of the new shows I'm looking forward to, especially Michael J. Fox is coming back, Robin Williams is coming back, so I'll get into some of those American shows that I would like to watch, and maybe, you know, you would be interested in giving them a shot. So coming back to our Indian TV shows, we have Kubul Hai online, and basically, you know what, in Kubul Hai, I don't know how many people are watching Kubul Hai and ZTV, but there is this really Cruella person who tortures her mother-in-law, and you know, and then of course there is this Tanvi who also happens to be very evil, and she wants to separate Asad and Zoya, and apparently some of these groups in India have objected because it's all inappropriate contents, because they are showing like in henna. You know what henna is, right? The red thing that they put on the hands.
Nope, never heard of
You
it.
haven't heard about it,
What
but
does
you
it
know what the
do?
bridal. You know the brides and everyone put henna. It's like a paste made out of leaves and stuff, and it leaves these red designs. It's like a traditionally done when there is any festivities, when you're getting married. It's supposed to be a sign of prosperity, you know, that kind of a
that's so
thing.
cool.
So you usually do that for festivals and weddings especially. But anyway, so you know, so there is talk about how, you know, the bad Tanvi mixes acid in that henna so that, you know, when you're putting it on the bride dies because there's acid, you know. So things like that, a lot of people have objected to those things because they were saying that it's like violence against women, and you know, they're showing like an elderly woman being tortured, and they're saying that people are going to get ideas about, you know, all these things. And I'm sitting there and thinking, people already have these ideas in there. It's not just because they're going to see the show they're going to get to it. I mean, granted, some, you know, but if there's evil in you, people, there's always evil in you. You're going to come up with ways to torture people and get bad. Anyways, so apparently a lot of people have objected to those things, and so I believe the show is apologizing for, you know, putting up that inappropriate content and showing those novel ways of torturing women. So anyways, but then again, coming back to the story of the show itself, obviously Asad and Zoya have separated the second time. They're still not able to get married. They wanted to get married, then of course Tanvi comes up and says that she's pregnant with Asad's child. So that's pretty much what it is. Although I have a gripe about Asad being a smart, successful businessman. How can he be so stupid, or doesn't he even open his eyes and even think twice as to maybe someone is trying to do something, or someone is trying to, you know, instigate things like that? I mean, if you love a person and there's obviously something happened, don't you think you want to give a benefit of the doubt and listen to the person you love when she comes and says, hey, there might be something wrong? I mean, you have your blinkers, you know, blinders on, just take them off and see, maybe this person is not what it seems to be.
Yeah, don't
Kind
judge
of
him
a
right away.
Well, anyway, so there you go, people. Kubul hai. But then, of course, the crux of the story itself for Kubul Hay, it's not so much about it's not so much about love between Zoya and Asad. It's more about the families. I mean, the Orthodox and the progressive families, and the way they perceive things, the way they, the way they think about traditions and culture. I mean, modern versus tradition. So that's kind of what the show is all about. So I'm assuming that the show still, there's plenty of story coming in there. But from the articles that I've been reading on, Times of India, in your forums and everything, apparently Tanvi's little secret and all this stuff is going to come out. And of course, we're also going to come out with the reasons as to why she is torturing them and want to keep them separate. So that is Kubul Hai, people, for you. This is Alima on Desi 1170 with Rangmunch with Alima. Dosto, stay tuned and we'll be back in a couple of minutes.
जिंदगी मेरे घर आना आना जिंदगी मेरे घर आना आना जिंदगी
मेरे घर आना आना मेरे घर आना जिंदगी मेरे घर आना आना जिंदगी
मेरे घर का सीधा सा इतना पता है, ये घर जो है चारों तरफ से खुला है, न दस्तक जरूरी न आवाज देना, मेरे घर का दरवाजा कोई नहीं है दीवारें गुम और छत भी नहीं है, बड़ी धूप है दो, बड़ी धूप है दो, तेरे आंचल का साया चुरा के जीना है जीना, जीना जिंदगी जिंदगी
जिंदगी मेरे घर आना आना जिंदगी जिंदगी मेरे घर आना।
That cut you off, huh?
Give me a chance to
Shades
fade.
fade.
I was waiting to fade out and I couldn't do it.
I know.
I'm such a bad board operator. Fire
No,
me.
no, no. You're just so caught up under the dome. So
I know,
it's like
yeah.
you're distracted with under the dome, right?
Under the dome of spacing out. Not
No,
paying
so this
attention.
is Rangmunch with Alima back on Desi 1170, and moving on to another show that I've been watching. I mean, this show is something that Tiffany was liking this show when I was always talk about Chanchan. She goes, "What is happening next?" And then I go, "Well, hey, what
Okay,
is
what show is
happening?"
this again?
This is about a daughter-in-law and a mother-in-law. A little struggle between, So she's very orthodox, and she hates her daughter-in-law's guts because she's so brave. She's courageous. She's very modern thinking. She loves dogs and all that stuff. And she used to be a dog, like a dog caretaker. And she trains dogs and she takes care of them and things like that. So the story starts off with where they get off on the wrong foot. Her friend was supposed to get married to her mother-in-law's friend's son or whatever, but then they have the dowry system and things, and so they ask money, and the friend says, "I don't want to marry a person who would ask, who would take money for a dowry and everything," and so that's where the clashes start. And then coincidentally, this girl ends up falling in love with this lady's son, not knowing that this guy happens to be her son to begin with. So they
okay.
kind of, so anyway, so she ends up getting married into the same household. She comes to know of that. And the mother-in-law is hell-bent on breaking the marriage because she wants her son to be married to another girl of her choice. Okay, so that's where the story is. And in all these things, but the thing is, it's funny. It is funny because the mother-in-law is just very arrogant. She wants to have her own way with things. She always wants to be right. So she's not evil. She's not like the evil mother-in-law where she would physically hurt people or she would try to kill the daughter. It's not like that. She just wants to have a clean break, and she just wants to always put this youngest daughter-in-law in the bad light. And every time she ends up doing it, the daughter-in-law comes up trumps and everyone starts liking her more and more. So every time she wants to break the marriage, she's always unsuccessful.
So this is like a comedy?
It's a comedy actually.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of, but it's, and of course there is, and then on top of it right now, the grandfather comes from the village, and of course he's a very traditional, he's like the Hitler of the family. There's rules and regulations, and no one dare open their mouth against whatever he says and all that stuff. So, and obviously from what I can see, Chanchan comes to know that her mother-in-law is trying to break her marriage with Manav. So she doesn't confront her as yet because that is still on hold. I guess she's still thinking the best way to do it. But in the meantime, Chanchan has already won her grandfather's, love and respect. I mean, the grandfather loses his wife and he keeps carrying the ashes around with him because he just can't let go. And he falls sick, and so Chanchan kind of, tells him that she has taken the ashes away and she's already, disposed them in the sea and all that stuff. And then he breaks down, but then she really doesn't do that. She just wants to bring him out of his grief, reconcile with the fact that his wife has passed away. So the grandfather is all back on track and very happy. And in fact, he starts liking Chanchan and have so much respect for her. And in fact, the rest of the household too is so much in respect and grateful for them that she was able to save her grandfather's life. So, and of course, this is not sitting very well with Uma Ben, and she's totally mad and upset that anything that she's trying to do is not working out. So, I believe, I guess the next story or the next subplot going is, what will Chanchan do now that she knows that her mother-in-law is trying to break her marriage with Manav? So that is something that's coming up. But in the meantime, it's fun to watch them. It's fun to watch four daughters-in-law, 4 sons, a grandfather, a joint family, and a dog added to the boot. And
it's so complicated. I can't follow that.
And what is happening? Every person is so different. Every person is so different, and a lot of them are so traditionally tied up with things that they don't even think for themselves. They just blindly follow orders, or they just blindly follow what their mother-in-law says. And of course, Chanchan is exactly the opposite, where she starts questioning everything. She says, why can't we do it this way? Why can't we do it that way? And so, there's always this clash between modernity.
She's a brave soul because
she really is.
I'm too scared to question my
She really is. And the funny thing is, like, when the dog falls sick, she pays more attention to the dog than to the people around her. And they just cannot understand how a dog can be more important. Now, in India, a dog is a dog.
Right, but
A
here
dog
it's like
is a dog. It stays outside. It's an animal. So
dog is a man's best friend.
yeah. So it's so hilarious when she gets so irritated that she's paying more attention to the dog versus not to the people in the house, and so it's just this is
an interesting
hilarious.
show.
Yeah, it's actually interesting.
Wait,
You
is
don't-
it shown in English, by the way? Or
No, that's a
it?
problem. See, some of these shows have subtitles, but not all of them. And I know a couple of them were asking me exactly the same thing. Does this have subtitles? But the dialogues are witty. See, it's all the dialogues are so witty. It's like it's got these double innuendos going to it, and it's just so hilarious when you hear them say it, and the way they say it. So these two people, the mother-in-law and the daughter-in-law, are amazing actors. They just have this knack for perfect timing for sense of humor. So when they say that's what the USP of this show is. These two people, the way they interact, the chemistry between them is so great.
It's so funny.
It
right?
is so
Everything comes out their
hilariously
mouth.
funny, actually. So that is Chanchan for you people. Are we getting into the top of the hour?
We got 3 minutes left.
We have
actually.
3 minutes left. Well, dosto, what
seconds.
I'm going to do is I'm going to play one of my old and golden songs, and then we'll come back after the top of the hour. Don't go. Stay tuned to Rangmunch with Alima on Desi 1170. Be back in a few minutes.
Yep.
दिल का दिया जला के गया, ये कौन मेरी तन्हाई में। दिल का दिया जला के गया, ये कौन मेरी तन्हाई में। सोए नगमे जाग उठे होठों की शहनाई में। दिल का दिया जला के गया, ये कौन मेरी तन्हाई प्यार अरमानों का दर खटकाए, ख्वाब जागी आंखों से मिलने को आए। प्यार अरमानों का दर खटकाए, ख्वाब जागी आंखों से मिलने को आए। कितने साए डोल पड़े सोनी सी अंगनाई में। दिल का दिया जला के गया, ये कौन मेरी तन्हाई में। एक ही नजर में निखर गई मैं तो, आईना जो देखा संवर गई मैं तो। एक ही नजर में निखर गई मैं तो, आईना जो देखा संवर गई मैं तो। तन पे उजाला फैल गया पहली ही अंगड़ाई में। दिल का दिया जला के गया, ये कौन मेरी तन्हाई में। कांपते लबों को मैं खोल रही हूँ, बोलूं
800-0851 to get your business, product, or service instantly connected to the San Francisco, San Jose, and Oakland South Asian community.
आज खाने के लिए फिर पीकॉक। तुम पीकॉक के इतने फैन हो, देखिए तुम्हें उनके बारे में पता कितना है। बताओ उनका सबसे पॉपुलर डिश क्या है?
अरे भैया, उनकी हैदराबादी दम बिरयानी, और मुझे तो उनके तंदूरी और बारबेक्यू आइटम्स ही बहुत पसंद है। आए।
उनके लोकेशन कितनी है बताओ?
कुपर्टिनो, फेयरऑक्स और सैक्रामेंटो के नए लोकेशंस के साथ 8, कोई शक?
अब कांटेक्ट इन्फो भी बता दो।
बसंती, इन लोगों से कह दो कि फोन करे 408 पीकॉक पर या ऑनलाइन जाए peacockrestaurants.com पर।
वो बाद में, अभी हम चले।
खामोश, सब पीकॉक रेस्टोरेंट चलो।
For Bay Area customers, PNG Jewelers Sunnyvale brings in exclusive collections in Swarajya, Royal and Temple jewelry. Best known for the unique designs and a rich heritage in purities since 1832. Make PNG Jewelers your one-stop destination for all kinds of gold and diamond jewelry.
Come fall in love with PNG's extravagant collection with best prices in Bay Area. Please call at 408-245-6764 or visit PNG Jewelers in Sunnyvale for any of your gold coin requirement.
Did you know when the new Healthcare Reform Act becomes effective January 1st, 2014, most U.S. citizens or legal residents must have health insurance or pay a penalty? To buy health insurance, visit Matrix Insurance Agency at matrixia.com. That's matrixia.com.
I'm so worried that Ryan's eyeglasses prescription keeps increasing.
Let's bring him to see Dr. Nguyen. I heard her newest Ortho K lenses can slow down the increase a lot, and in some cases, stop it from getting worse.
Hi, I'm Dr. Julia Wen. Ortho K lenses can help your child see clearly throughout the day and can also slow down the eyeglass prescription from increasing.
Please call 1-888-888-8603 for a free consultation. Again, that's 1-888-888-8603.
Now's the time to get your gorgeous smile for summer. Panu Dental is offering summer specials on Invisalign from $2,900, dental implants from $1,400, and Zoom professional whitening for only $199. Visit Panu Dental near you in San Jose, Cupertino, Fremont, or Dublin. To find out how to get your gorgeous smile for summer, call Panu Dental at 1-800-360-9250 or visit panudental.com. Hurry! Offer ends soon. Call now.
अपना बाजार की ग्रैंड
In San Jose. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Give them a call at 408-280-7002 or visit their website, starautoservices.net. Star Auto Services. Quality service and repair for Mercedes and BMWs. If your dentist appointments sound like that, then it's time to make the switch to Dr. Lee. Dr. David Lee, Family Cosmetic and Restorative Dentistry, with offices in San Jose and Sunnyvale. Give them a call today at 408-972-9926 or go to smileplanner.com. Dr. David Lee, quality and comfortable dental care you can trust.
Rangmunch with Alima is back on Desi 1170. We're into a second hour of the show. I hope everyone is having lots of fun. I mean, not that you don't have to be tuned in to have lots of fun, but I'm sure you can have lots of fun. But if you tune in, you can have lots of fun too. Anyways, if you guys have any special requests or dedications, do give us a call. It's 408-912-5565. And I have a couple more shows to cover before I go into. I wanted to talk about a Bollywood actor. Actually, I mean, this guy's caught my attention, and I just was very impressed with him. We'll get to him in a little bit, but moving on to the rest of the show, people who have been watching Madhubala, a lot has been happening in that show, or rumors have it that it is also going to be ending, but nothing has been confirmed yet. Right now, the show is the story is at a juncture where Sultan comes back from the dead. Obviously, he's not dead. So this whole fiasco, this whole setup where he dies and then he frames RK for the murder, and RK being in prison is all apparently all a setup and all that stuff. So it looks like. There's going to be much more drama coming out, and of course he confesses his feelings to Madhubala, that he loves her and all that stuff. Now dekhna padega ki what is RK going to do about it, and of course there are rumors going around that to bump up the TRPs to keep the people all occupied and busy and tense. apparently Madhubala is going to be divorcing RK, and the reason behind that is some story about blackmail coming up, and she ends up staying with Sultan because Sultan is the one who's pulling the strings now. So we need to see so that is what the storyline is coming up in the next few weeks. So we just have to see how Sultan is going to be blackmailing Madhubala, and then she ends up divorcing RK, or even if that is going to go through. And they will also talk about how they have to set up a bail for this RK, and then they were thinking that she was going to become a movie actress and all that stuff. But then again, like I said, that's all just talk, and that is all, nothing has been concrete yet from the articles. It just looks like the story is headed to where a divorce is going to take place, and we don't know how the divorce is going to take place. That is Madhubala for you people on Colors. Saraswati Chandra. I know a lot of people are watching Saraswati Chandra, and I do watch it. I mean, it's at a stage where, you know, everyone knows that Kumud's married to Pramad, now into political family, and then Saras ends up coming into that house, and of course now he's not Saraswati Chandra, they call him Naveen, and he comes to know that Kumud is a daughter-in-law of that house now, and he wants to apologize for her, ask for her forgiveness. Then again, you know, Kumud has gone through a lot of pain and anguish because of him, and so she's not in a very forgiving mood. So he ends up staying in that house, and he ends up working for her father-in-law, like, I guess, like a publicist or like a press secretary kind of a thing, because he ends up writing speeches and stuff like that. Of course, the speech was very effective that he wrote, because the speech actually is very personal, because he's actually asking for her forgiveness through that speech. And then of course she doesn't, you know, she's still very upset with him, and the story is moving along where I guess we're going to be seeing more of Kumud's husband, who happens to be a womanizer and an alcoholic, and so there's going to be all that stuff happening, and then Saras watching Kumud go through all this pain, and it's going to make him feel more guilty. That is Saraswati Chandra right now, people. I've been watching a new show actually called Mary Bobby. But when I come back, and I know I've been meaning to talk about this show for the past 2-3 weeks, and every time, you know, we have so much other stuff that to cover that I never get a chance to talk about it. So when I come back, let's talk about the new show that I've been watching, which is very interesting, and I'm actually really liking it a lot. So stay tuned for Rangmunch with Alima, and we'll be back in a few minutes.
ये मौसम नदी का किनारा ये चंचल हवा ये रातें ये मौसम नदी का किनारा ये चंचल हवा
कहाँ दो दिलों ने कि मिलकर कभी हम न होंगे जुदा
ये रातें ये मौसम नदी का किनारा ये चंचल हवा
ये क्या बात है आज की चांदनी में ये क्या बात है आज की चांदनी में कि हम खो गए प्यार की रागनी में
ये बाहों में बाहें ये बहकी निगाहें लो आने लगा जिंदगी का मजा ये रातें ये मौसम नदी का किनारा ये चंचल हवा सितारों की महफिल ने करके इशारा सितारों की महफिल ने करके इशारा कहा अब तो सारा जहां है तुम्हारा
मोहब्बत जवा हो खुला आसमां हो करे कोई दिल आरज़ू और क्या
ये रातें ये मौसम नदी का किनारा ये चंचल हवा
कसम है तुम्हें तुम अगर मुझसे रूठे कसम है तुम्हें तुम अगर मुझसे रूठे
रहे सांस जब तक ये बंधन न टूटे
तुम्हें दिल दिया है ये वादा किया है सनम मैं तुम्हारी रहूंगी सदा
ये रातें ये मौसम नदी का किनारा ये चंचल हवा कहा दो दिलों ने कि कल कभी हम न होंगे जुदा ये रातें ये मौसम नदी का किनारा
And Rangmunch with Alima is back on air at Desi 1170. I have to tell you, people, Julio's obsessed with Kratika now. Now I have to text her and say you have a fan.
Let me add her as a friend on Facebook or something. She is beautiful. I'm so starstruck.
You're starstruck, huh?
Yes.
I'm going to be sending. I'll send this clip to her to hear, so
Oh my
she knows
gosh.
that she's that.
Let her know I'm literally watching that. Kritika Sangar gets that candid birthday special video. Right now.
Aha,
And I'm
there
like,
we go.
oh
See,
my.
there you go, Kratika. Well, you have a fan all the way in the US too. See, now I just have to make him watch the shows also.
Oh my God, she's so pretty.
She's very pretty, and she's such a nice, charming person outside too.
Yeah, she should come here. We should interview her.
You know what? That's what I said. You know, you
I'll
should
do
just
it.
come here.
I'll
You
handle
should.
the show for that day. You can.
There you go.
do
I
your
can
thing.
I can just sit and chat with her, and you can do the interview and everything,
Yeah, I'll do
right?
the interview and everything.
Yeah, maybe we should convince her to at least Skype into the radio show.
I know, right?
Right, that would be super cool,
That'd be
huh?
awesome.
Well, maybe I can tempt her to so that you will be here. And I say, you can talk to this person, you know.
That's so cool. She's so far away. It's
She is.
unfortunate.
She is. She's in between shows, so she's spending well-deserved time with family and friends.
Oh,
you
okay.
know.
So she's busy.
She's busy. Well, rumor has it that she is looking at some other shows, and she pretty much may sign up a new show very soon. Rumor. That's the rumor. So I haven't heard anything. I haven't talked to her in a few days, so I really don't know what her plans are. But she's really one amazing actress.
Nice.
Yep.
She's beautiful.
Anyways, all right though. So the new show that I wanted to talk about is Meri Bhabhi on Star Plus. The reason I really like this show, it's about a typical middle class family. You know, 3 brothers, a daughter, and she ends up marrying the person that she loves, who turns out to be a real jerk. I mean, he leaves her and her son, and he takes off and everything. So she comes back to her father, and then of course her husband, whose name is Bobby, turns up and said, I'm very sorry, I want a second chance, blah blah blah, and all that stuff. And then of course Shraddha's stepmother is always very critical, and I like the way she reasons. I mean, she tells them, it's so very hard for me to really really think that Bobby has changed. Change is something like an ongoing thing. I mean, after being like one way, you just can't instantly change yourself, can you, Julio?
What? I'm sorry. I'm still looking at.
You're still looking at her?
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's obsessed.
Oh, I was just on her Wikipedia page. What were you talking about? What were you?
No, I was saying, if a person here, you have a husband who's such a jerk. I mean, he leaves his wife, he leaves his son, just leaves them, abandons them, and goes away, and then all of a sudden comes back and says, I've changed and all that stuff.
Ooh.
Right? I mean, how can you believe that? I mean, first of all, you need to give me the reasons you've left me and my son for 1 year, where I really had to scrape to even get a meal on the table.
Wow.
And you're coming back, you're just saying, sorry, please forgive me, you guys mean a lot to me. And I'm sitting and thinking, even as I'm watching it, or even as a third person, I'm not going to trust this guy.
Yeah, it's so hard.
And I know when you love those people, you want to give them second chances, and I'm totally for it, but I want to take it slowly though.
This guy has to do something incredible.
I mean, and
to
so
get his trust back.
yeah, he didn't do anything. He just came and said, "I'm sorry. I really screwed up, and I want to have a second chance, and I'm really going to be taking care of these, my son and my wife. We want to go back to our place and all that stuff." And the stepmother, she reasons with her husband, saying, "You know what? I really want her to get her life back. Okay, I am totally for it. There is nothing worse than for a daughter to be staying at a father's place and her husband abandon her. That's the worst thing that can happen. But how do you know that this guy has changed? A guy who went through all this stuff cannot change overnight."
Was it an overnight change, or did this guy come back
He
after?
just come back, overnight change. He just came back. He just comes.
Did he come back more mature? Or more...
No.
So there's no way to find out. Like, what did he
there's
go through?
There's no way to find out. So, he marries her and just simply leaves them and takes off. And then he comes back, and then and I totally agree with the mother. I mean, even if it's my mother, or even if I'm a mother and my daughter is going through stuff like that, when some person comes back, your daughter obviously is so much in love with him, and you're going to believe him. I mean, because it's human psyche. You don't want to believe that your husband, the person you chose to spend life with, is going to betray you. Right? I mean, there's so much history, there's so much feelings, and there's so much history there with them. And the mother, being the third person objectively, is coming and saying, "I do want her to go with him, but I'd rather have them spend time here in this house along with us and see how much she's really changed."
Oh, okay. So the stepmother, you said, is going to monitor the husband?
Not monitor, but she's very concerned for her stepdaughter because, what are the chances that this guy is not going to abandon them the second time round?
That's such a smart move. I would say, okay, you can do it, but you have to stay under my rules.
I mean, I want to give them a second chance, but when a person is so bad where he abandoned his own family, how can he do a 360 degree just like that? I mean, don't you get scared? Right? I mean, as a parent?
Did he leave as a bad person?
He just left. He just took off.
But before that, he was a normal...
Yes, he just takes off. The story starts with her being abandoned by her husband.
Oh, okay.
And she's scraping to get a square meal on the table, And then so the parents come to know about it, her brother comes to know about it, and they bring her back to the family.
Do they ever ask him why did he leave?
So, see, that's the thing.
Did they ever
it's
ask?
not very clear why did he leave. And they may have asked him, and he might have said it was, "I made a mistake, whatever it is, I wasn't thinking," whatever it is. But it still doesn't justify, them getting back together and then going to their own place back, because then they're all alone again, right? They're on their own then at that point.
Right.
Well, anyways, so see, and that's what really caught my attention, the way the stepmother is so realistically practical, objective, and she tries to convince them, and of course, the stepdaughter always hated her because she's not her real mother, so there was never a good relation, so she always blames her, saying, "See, you jinxed my relationship, and you did not want to see me happy, that's why my husband left," the bad vibes and all that stuff. But in fact, she's so much more concerned about her stepdaughter that she's trying to make everyone think twice before they try to do something that might,
This show, did it just start or something?
It started about a month ago.
Oh, okay.
About a month ago.
Because, I'm curious, what is it about? Like, the guy comes back, and then they...
Yeah, so, what it is about, it's about this middle-class family.
Right.
It's about the family structure. It's about a joint family. It's about it's about the brothers and their wife trying to keep a peaceful household, trying to live within their means, happy with whatever they have. So when my sister-in-law is in trouble, the way she tries to sort out her problem, she's so Bobby means sister-in-law, basically. That's the name of the show, pretty much. So she's the oldest daughter-in-law of the house, and typically the oldest daughter-in-law of the house is responsible for everything, like the oldest son.
Right.
Kind of,
Okay.
So his wife is always going to be treated like like after the parents are gone, then she is the next person, right? So that's so it's that story about her, the way she tries to solve problems in the family, tries to keep peace with everyone, keeps everyone together and all that stuff. But anyway, so all the promises are done. She gives him a second chance. They want to go back, and then of course he doesn't have any money or whatever it is and all that stuff. So the older daughter-in-law, without telling her husband, she borrows money from her dad and gives it to him, not knowing that her father-in-law has already given him the money. So this Bobby guy ends up getting a lot of money. Time to go, and he's not there.
So he leaves again?
Yes. The Friday episode ended with him disappearing with all the money. And you will see him in the car laughing away to himself, saying, I'm sorry, but I needed the money and I have to do this. It's like not even an ounce of remorse. Right?
Wow.
So now is where the story...
That's sad.
It is sad because now what happens is, now it's all left to this little family to cope with the circumstances, with the consequences of what had happened. Second time betrayed. Every single person has its own way of saying, like the older brother comes and says, I told you this guy was a, blah, 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 and all that stuff. And you guys did not listen to me. And then they start, researching him and the brother's friend, who happens to be a cop, comes back and tells him that this guy is actually a bad guy. And there's a lot of cases against him. He's cheated people and he went away with money took off with their money and all that stuff.
So is this guy like a high-class criminal or something?
Wow. Pretty much that's what he is.
That'd be so interesting. Like all along, this guy's been a mastermind.
Yes, and then he's just cheated them. But now the sad part is, how is this people going to cope? How is this girl whose husband abandoned her and she's got a 6-year-old son? And what is the society? So it's all these things, the way the society perceives them, it's the girl always gets blamed for the most part of, and for a dad, for a father to see his own daughter life shattered like that is the hardest thing. And so now that's what is going to happen.
So where's the show going now? Trying to find him?
It ended with where everyone is in shock. Because Friday episode ended with everyone in shock and...
Well, what do you think is going to happen? Like, are they going to chase them? And
I so want this girl to... All right, Shraddha, you've got your chance now. You prove that you are strong enough to get over this mess. Prove yourself that you can stand on your 2 feet. You don't need this guy in your life.
I'm assuming the whole show is going to be like trying to find him.
No, I don't think so. But you know what's going to happen though? I have a feeling if I was writing the story for that, I would go through all the emotions and everything and all that stuff, but make this person strong enough where she stands on her own 2 feet, and bring the guy back.
And make him good again? Or
I'm going to bring him back because she needs a closure with that guy.
Oh, you would write him back in. Okay.
I'm going to write him back into the stories. Now she's independent. She's strong. She's living her own life. She doesn't need you. Okay. And I'll probably bring another good guy because everyone needs to get second chances. There's always lots of good people out there. Right? I'm going to bring a good guy for her because I'm such a true romantic. I mean, she needs to have this really nice, who will take her for what she is, despite everything.
I would write it so differently.
And I would want to bring the other guy back.
You know what I would do?
Yes, good.
I would just jump 15 years later and the son, you said she has a son, right?
Yeah.
So he's going to become a cop and he's going to be like, I remember my father who did this. I'm going to find him.
But see, that is going to be interesting too because the son is totally besotted with his father. So he does not believe that his dad can be bad. So that also needs to get penciled in.
Yeah. So they have to meet each other one day.
Now see what happens in the Indian shows is it's a lot of emotional stuff. So what they'll do, I'm pretty sure, is if he comes back, they're going to put emotional blackmailing stuff in this whole story thing where the son is going to come and he's going to say, I want my dad, right? It's obligations coming up. The guy's probably going to come back and fight for his son, right? Because he probably might come. He's going to come back when he's done with all that money,
Yeah, probably.
Right? He needs money again, right? So he's going to come back at some point, right? And he's going to come back and claim him to be his son, because as the grandson, he's entitled to certain inheritance from his grandparents.
Okay.
See, there's a lot of
a lot of family.
Yes, a lot of stuff that comes out, and but anyways, but like I said, I've always liked the way people deal with their emotions and how they solve their issues, and the way they think. Because I always believe there's nothing right and wrong. It's always whatever works in that situation, you go and do it. It might not work and it may work, but I've always enjoyed watching how people perceive their situations and how they handle it and all that stuff. So, and
That's
I tell you, I never cry.
No way. This show made me cry.
ever cry when I saw the pain the mother was going through, the stepmother, because she gets blamed and all that stuff. I couldn't help myself. I felt so sad for her.
Well, that's a good show then.
She was such a genuine person who really loves her stepkids. But this girl, she just never gave her a chance. And now I know the fear in her, because second time around, because she's the one who saying, don't go yet,
Right.
because we don't know if this guy really changed. And she says, I'm going to go, right? So now it's like, I told you so, but she's not going to say I told you, but she just feels this immense grief for her stepdaughter that it's happening again.
Wow, so it tapped into your emotions. That's interesting. It's a good show then.
It's actually a really good show. There was no big fanfare. The artists are not well-known TV artists and things like
really?
that.
So it's kind of like a low-budget thing,
it's
or
like
what?
It's like a low-budget kind of a thing. You really don't hear much about it. You don't see social forums, people talking about it, articles about it, and all that stuff. It just caught my attention. I just ended up watching it a couple of times, and I really liked it.
Oh, wow, interesting.
But it could happen in my family.
Yeah, it's
Seriously,
something you could relate
could
to
happen.
it.
Yeah, you just
That's the
could
good thing
relate
about these
to
shows.
it. And
You
that's,
can-
it's important that you relate to these shows.
You can experience stuff that you can't really experience, right? So
And maybe you know of someone who went through the same thing, where, husband deserted him, betrayed them, and went away with another girl.
and you can finally understand them thanks to this amazing show
Exactly.
that I probably will never watch because
Because there are no English subtitles.
Yeah.
But when I get a chance, I'll fill you in with the story as to what's happening.
Yeah.
But I so want this girl to get over it.
I
and
want to see
show
vengeance.
this-
I want to
yeah.
see revenge.
Exactly. That's what I want. I want to see revenge in a very, very intelligent way.
I want to see it in a really
Exactly. I love those intelligent thrillers and intelligent revenges and things like that, where it's all planned and and it's like the smartness, the way they think, the way they write the dialogues and everything. It's like
they had
always
the
one
ace up
step.
the sleeve the entire time.
Exactly.
I like it when they do it like that.
When they do that, right?
It's too smart. It's like,
I know.
oh, you're not
See, I
smart as
always
me.
like that. I've always liked that. So we'll see what happens. But anyways, it's going through a huge emotional turmoil, and I'm my hands and my brain is itching. I hope whoever is writing this gets to the point where they don't make her a huge emotional mess, but give her the resources to get over it.
She's gonna evolve as a character. It's character development.
Yeah,
That's what it's all
exactly.
about.
That's what it's all about.
Every good show.
So that's Mary Barbie on Star Plus. This is Alima with Rangmunch with Alima on the AC 1170. And stay tuned. We'll be back in a few minutes.
दिल ऐसा किसी ने मेरा तोड़ा, बर्बादी की तरफ ऐसा मोड़ा। दिल ऐसा किसी ने मेरा तोड़ा, बर्बादी की तरफ है समूड़ा। एक भले मानुष को अमानुष बना के छोड़ा। दिल ऐसा किसी ने मेरा तोड़ा। बर्बादी की तरफ ऐसा मोड़ा। सागर कितना मेरे पास है, मेरे जीवन में फिर भी प्यास है। सागर कितना मेरे पास है, मेरे जीवन में फिर भी प्यास है प्यास बड़ी जीवन थोड़ा। अमानुष बना के छोड़ा। दिल ऐसा किसी ने मेरा तोड़ा। बर्बादी की तरफ ऐसा मोड़ा। कहते हैं ये दुनिया के रास्ते, कोई मंजिल नहीं तेरे वास्ते। कहते हैं ये दुनिया के रास्ते, कोई मंजिल नहीं तेरे वास्ते। नाकामियों से नाता मेरा जोड़ा। अमानुष बना के छोड़ा। दिल ऐसा किसी ने मेरा तोड़ा। बर्बादी की तरफ है समूड़ा। सूरज फिर से निकले, रहता नहीं है अंधेरा। मेरा सूरज ऐसा रूठा, देखा न मैंने सवेरा। उजालों ने साथ मेरा छोड़ा। अमानुष बना के छोड़ा। दिल ऐसा किसी ने मेरा तोड़ा। बर्बादी की तरफ है समूड़ा। एक भले मानुष को अमानुष बना के छोड़ा। दिल ऐसा किसी ने मेरा तोड़ा। बर्बादी की तरफ है समूड़ा।
Want to know the best Mercedes and BMW repair center? Introducing Star Auto Services. Located at 1555 South 10th Street in San Jose. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Give them a call at 408-280-7002 or visit their website, starautoservices.net. Star Auto Services. Quality service and repair for Mercedes and BMWs. If your dentist appointments sound like that, then it's time to make the switch to Dr. Lee. Dr. David Lee, Family Cosmetic and Restorative Dentistry, with offices in San Jose and Sunnyvale. Give them a call today at 408-972-9926 or go to smileplanner.com. Dr. David Lee, quality and comfortable dental care you can trust.
Rangmunch with Alima is back on air on Desi 1170. You know how some of these people stay so young, evergreen forever?
Botox. Yes.
I don't know if this guy had Botox, but I mean, let me show you this picture since he used to be one of the top heroes, okay? And this is Anil Kapoor people that I'm talking about. He always fascinated me because 20-30 years ago, he's exactly the same.
Really? No way.
And
That's like Keanu Reeves.
It's unbelievable. This guy he hasn't changed
at all.
He hasn't changed at all. Maybe he got a few gray hairs, which can be taken care of very easily. But my God, I mean,
he's ageless. Yeah. He's timeless.
He's like timeless and priceless and ageless. How do they do? He's 52 years old.
And he still looks like he's 30 or what?
And amazing. I mean, every time I see him on screen, I'm like, how does he stay that way? I mean, I remember his first movie.
Uh-huh.
I mean, he was like a kid, you know? I mean, this young teenager. I mean, and I've seen him evolve, right? I mean, I've seen him. But he's never lost his charm. He's never lost that little childish gestures and facial expressions. He's matured. I mean, he's done some. He's won tons of awards and everything.
Right.
He's got two daughters and a son, and his oldest daughter is one of the top heroines right now in Bollywood and everything. But this guy, every time he comes on screen, he amazes me. I'm like, how does he stay this way?
It's magic. How do they do it, right?
Like, seriously, how does he do it?
I think cameras are getting really good nowadays. But yeah, some people just got it.
And I mean, I'm sure there might have been some link-ups and controversies and all that stuff, but nothing that, I mean, one stable guy. He doesn't drink. He doesn't smoke.
There's a secret.
Right?
Now we know.
And he says he has to sleep 8 hours a day, no matter what. He will sleep 8 hours a day.
No matter what.
Yeah. Okay. And steady with his wife. I mean, I'm sure being a celebrity, there would be link-ups and everything, but nothing major. Nothing that divorced his wife or that separated him or whatever. Nothing. And his sense of style, his clothes, everything is.
He's super young. What's his name?
Anil Kapoor.
Anil Kapoor. I'm gonna try to spell it and look it up.
There you go. Anil if you want to check him out. But it's amazing. I mean, this guy. It's like
I found him. He was at Comic-Con?
Yeah, what? And he was in Slumdog Millionaire. He was the one who runs the quiz competition. If you've seen Slumdog Millionaire.
No, I hear that's a movie I've not seen that everyone's
Could
seen
you
except
not
me.
see that? Well, anyways, and you know what? Have you ever watched 24? Kiefer Sutherland's show 24?
24. Nope, never seen it.
That is one of an amazing shows. He's making that show in Hindi.
Really?
In India.
I see this on his profile here.
Yeah, he's producing it, and I'm so waiting for it to see how it comes out. But yeah, every time he comes, he dances. It's like he's like evergreen. He just stays like that. He's immortal, and he doesn't change at all, So I was so curious about him, and I go, I want to know what this guy is eating, right? I mean, what is his daily health regime and stuff like that, right? So here it is. Here's his diet plan. Oh wait, and look at his personal statistics. Okay, he's 5'11". He weighs 74 kgs. His BMI is 22, which is healthy. His diet plan, for breakfast, he usually has milk with oats and a banana, or egg white omelette and a whole wheat bread toast with a glass of juice or black coffee. His snacks is green tea or a fruit, or like a vegetable sandwich.
That is super healthy. You know,
Yeah,
looking at
and
pictures
then-
of him, and he looks the same in every picture. so I can't-
Exactly, and grilled chicken with dal is for lunch. Dinner usually it's grilled fish or chicken with a bowl of mixed vegetables, and the tortillas, the Indian tortillas. So apparently, right now he is on to protein shakes.
Oh, he works out.
He
a lot,
works
I bet.
out. He does yoga. He does yoga religiously. It seems. 2 to 3 hours in a gym each day, Julio.
I can't even do that. How do you become a celebrity and still manage to pull off that much?
Yeah. Well, maybe because you're a
At
celebrity.
that age.
52.
I don't see 52-year-olds.
I mean,
at
you're
the
looking
gym.
at the pictures on your screen.
Yeah,
I mean,
I see.
he just looks the same. He totally looks
I
the
can't.
same. I
don't
can't
see-
believe
There's
it.
no before and after that. He just started his
I'm,
career.
I'm like obsessed with this now. Anyways, well, and of course, there we go. So, and I have to play a song for him. I mean, he's done some amazing movies and amazing super hit movies and everything. But for me, always. One song also stands out for me, and that is from Ram Lakhan. So here it is. If you have any requests for Anil Kapoor, hey, just let me know and I can play one of your favorite songs. But for the moment, here we go. Stay tuned to Rangmunch with Alima, and we'll be back in a few minutes.
सजनों का सजन मेरा नाम है लखन ए जी ओ जी लो जी सुनो जी मैं हूँ मन मौजी करता हूँ मैं जो वो तुम भी करो जी 1 2 का 4 4 2 का 1 माय नेम इज लखन माय नेम इज लखन सजनों का सजन मेरा नाम है लखन दुनिया चकोरी है पैसा है चंदा सूली पे लटका हर एक बंदा सबके गले में माया का फंदा सीखो ओ यारो इनसे ये धंधा बस बोल के हर माल बेचो कम तोल के रे बाबा कम तोल के तुम अपनी खाली जेब भरो जी करता हूँ मैं जो वो तुम भी करो जी 1 2 का 4 4 2 का 1 माय नेम इज लखन सजनों का सजन मेरा नाम है लखन जीवन नहीं इतना सीधा सादा, कैसे करूं तुमसे कोई वादा।
वादे हैं झूठे सच्चे हो तुम, जैसे भी हो बड़े अच्छे हो तुम, बड़े अच्छे हो तुम। कहते हो सबसे मैं हूँ मनमोजी, मनमोजी हो तो मौज करो जी।
1 2 का 4 4 2 का 1।
सजनों के सजन करो कोई जतन, करो कोई जतन, जल्दी हो मिलन।
खा पी रहा है, खा पी रहा है सारा जमाना, सारा जमाना। जो भूखा प्यासा है वो दीवाना, है वो दीवाना। अरे दौलत की झूठी चमक पे न जाना, मेहनत से रोटी रोजी कमाना, रोजी कमाना।
कहना बड़ों का तुम मान लो, अच्छा बुरा क्या है जान लो, क्या है जान लो।
अरे कहता हूँ मैं जो वो तुम सुनो जी, मैंने सुना नहीं फिर से कहो जी।
नहीं नंबर 2 कोई, दोनों हो नंबर 1। मेरे राम लखन जियो राम लखन, मेरे राम लखन जियो राम लखन। सजनों के सजन जियो राम लखन, सजनों के सजन जियो राम लखन, सजनों के सजन जियो राम लखन, सजनों के सजन जियो राम लखन।
And Rangmunch with Alima is back on Desi 11:70. You know, time flies by pretty fast. I seem to be having way too much fun here.
It's already over. It's already over. Can you believe that?
What, can you believe that I won't be seeing you?
I know.
Next week, your
I-
shifts change. This
My
this
shifts have
sucks.
changed.
Seriously.
It was the beginning of a new journey.
There
And now
you
it's
go.
already
See?
over.
Your journey starts.
I know.
Your journey starts on Monday and then my continues on Saturday.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
Man.
and here I was still trying to come out with a tagline for you because you were running the boat.
Right? I was gonna become like your co-host.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I was gonna have a
Talk
name.
more Bollywood and get you into watching more Bollywood shows.
know,
and
right?
Teach you some Hindi words and things like that. See?
I could have been somebody.
You
I could have been someone.
Seriously, you could have been somebody.
It's okay though. I'm gonna linger around and drop by.
I know, that's true. But anyways, actually, Julio was mentioning about a show that he wanted me to see, Breaking
Oh
Bad.
yes, Breaking Bad
on AMC.
on AMC. I believe
Okay.
it's AMC. I'm pretty sure it's AMC.
Okay, well, I'll check it out. But anyways, so he's got me hooked onto the story now. So tonight, when I go
Yes.
back, that's what I'm going to do.
You'll be
I'm going to
hooked.
pull it up and see. Maybe I can watch the. Is it run by seasons or
It's
is it?
by seasons. Yeah, it started in 2008, but the first episode is all you'll need to get you hooked.
Okay, well, so I'm going to probably go to that Hulu, whatever that
Yeah.
website where it carries all those shows. I'm sure it must be.
It was good. I watched it because I didn't even want to watch it, but I was forced to.
Mm-hmm.
Because I always heard about it. And I saw this hype, but I watched it, and you know what? I'm addicted now. I can't stop watching
You
it.
can't stop. See,
Yeah, I can see
and,
why.
And the best thing about it is like it's evolving of the character. I mean, it's
Yes.
evolving, and that's what
so
kind of fascinates me when you explained it to me.
All the characters
So-
are so deep. Every character's so interesting. They could have a spin-off movie.
Yeah, so which means that if I end up watching at least a few episodes and stuff like that, then I'm going to be talking about it the next week when I come in.
Absolutely. You
Oh,
won't
well-
want to stop watching it.
No, I mean, you got me hooked. Like I said, if I enjoy watching under the dome kind of shows and stuff, I'm
Uh-huh.
sure I would enjoy watching this one too.
This show's awesome. It has a lot of character development, a lot of dark stuff that goes on, but it's like so entertaining.
Ooh.
And every now and then you'll get that comic relief.
Yeah, see, that's what I like.
And it's always super witty.
Yes.
It's so witty that it just fits right in. It's perfect.
Well, dosto, anyone who wants to take a break from watching the Indian TV shows and want to watch something different.
Try something new.
Yeah, it's like a good contrasting show. But see, the thing I like about the American shows and stuff, it's like they really do a lot of research.
Yeah,
and they really follow a certain level of standard on their shows. See, that's what I really like. And I remember every time I watch the CSIs and everything, and I go watch an Indian show, which is like on the level of CSIs and stuff. And I watch this show. I like this guy, so I end up watching this show. Every minute I watch the show, and I'm comparing it, which I shouldn't be doing, but I still end up comparing it. I'm saying, this is such a great show. I mean, the story is fab. God, come on, guys, give this guy a pair of gloves. I mean, you just can't touch evidence with your fingers.
Without gloves, right?
You just can't give them dialogues like just because you have to give them a dialogue. You cannot make the team of elite group ask stupid questions. The reason they're part of an elite group is because they are smart and intelligent. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You cannot make your team member look dimwit. Seriously, this is how it looks. I mean, and every time I still watch it, and that's one of the shows I always want to watch.
There's something about it that keeps you watching, right?
The guy is great. I like the guy a lot. He's perfect as the team lead for that show.
Right.
But the rest of them are like, come on, people, seriously. I mean, I know you want to show him according to Indian standards. You want to show this guy as the macho, blah, 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 whatever it is. But seriously, elite group, I mean, you better make sure the rest of the team is smart enough.
You have to
I mean,
be
you
just
can't.
as elite.
No, seriously. You always want to get to the standards of those shows out there, then you need to get to that standard.
I know, right?
You need to spend that extra 10 minutes and make it look good.
I know American shows like CSI, they get it down like 90% accurate or 80% like around
because
there.
Because they have
accurate.
consultants. They really do have, the CSIs have all these really forensic consultants who would come and do it.
Yeah, in pre-production, they do a bunch of research.
I love it. I am like a total nuts over any CSIs, Criminal Minds, Bones.
Oh, that's so interesting. Hey, Sherlock Holmes too. See, that's a show I do watch.
Sherlock Holmes is my favorite.
Really? Are you talking about the British one? The British version?
The Elementary. I watched the Elementary, but I have read his books.
Okay.
I have all his books. Sherlock Holmes was how I got hooked onto suspense when I was a kid.
It's a gateway.
Yes.
Gateway book.
He is still like my all-time.
He's the best.
All time, the best. No one can beat him.
You've seen the movies, right?
Oh, yes.
Okay, good.
Oh, yes, I have seen those movies.
Good. Sherlock Holmes 1 and 2, right? The two movies of Robert Downey Jr.?
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yes.
I believe you now.
I saw
you
that
are
and I
a
have
true...
read all his books. I mean, I remember, I still have those books.
You are a true fan.
And my first book of him was The Hound of Baskervilles, and I was fascinated with that story about these dogs that kill people, and he's trying to solve, it's amazing.
You should write a book. You have so much.
It's just amazing. That guy is like the best.
I have a feeling that if it came down, you could write such an interesting story.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think I have the patience to write stories.
You have all these ideas, and you can
I do.
analyze these shows and break them down.
That's why they go onto the blog, because I can write short ones. I don't know. Maybe eventually when my kids go to college and stuff, and put
maybe
my
you could start
foot down.
something else, right?
Maybe
because you have an eye for this kind of
that
stuff.
guy. Anyway, so that is cool. So cool. So though we're almost at the end of the show. I have one more song that I really want to play, because no matter what, I mean, all of us are just plain human beings. We screw up, we do things, we have disagreements, we have, difference of opinions and all that stuff. But this song is like a timeless, priceless, ageless song that everyone hears it, and it talks about no matter how much you screw up, just stick together. Things can be worked out.
It's a good message.
Yes, it's like a message. But this is like my all-time favorite song.
Okay.
All-time favorite song.
And it's not in English, right?
It's not English, unfortunately. It's not. It is not. But dostum, have a great Saturday night. It was lovely chatting with Tony.
Take care, everybody.
Take care, everybody. Have a great Sunday. Do you have any events coming up? No, we're kind of in between stuff in the summer, huh?
Yeah, right
no,
now, I don't know what's coming
except
up.
baseball.
I mean, yeah, I don't even follow sports, so to be honest, I don't know.
Well,
what's going
come
on.
September, end of August, we have football starting soon, don't we?
Yeah, football, yeah, always
Yep,
at the beginning,
yep.
at the fall season.
Anyway, so those two have a fantastic night. Stay safe. And this is Rangmunch with Alima. We'll be back again next week. Good
See
night,
ya.
folks.
जब कोई बात बिगड़ जाए, जब कोई मुश्किल पड़ जाए, तुम देना साथ मेरा ओ हमनवा। जब कोई बात बिगड़ जाए, जब कोई मुश्किल पड़ जाए, तुम देना साथ मेरा ओ हमनवा। न कोई है न कोई था जिंदगी में तुम्हारे सिवा, तुम देना साथ मेरा ओ हमनवा। तुम देना साथ मेरा ओ हमनवा। जब तक रात देता है हर कोई साथ, तुम मगर अंधेरों में ना छोड़ना मेरा हाथ। हो चांदनी जब तक रात देता है हर कोई साथ, तुम मगर अंधेरों छोड़ना मेरा हाथ। जब कोई बात बिगड़ जाए, जब कोई मुश्किल पड़ जाए,
Desi 1170 AM would like to thank our sponsors for their support over the last 4 years. If you have a business and would like to advertise, call us at 408-440-0851 or send an email to contact@klok1170am.com.
संजीव गुप्ता, बेस्ट सीपीए इन बे एरिया। अब चाहे इनकम टैक्स हो, पेरोल, सेल टैक्स, बुक कीपिंग या अकाउंटिंग, he will take care of each and everything with full satisfaction. And he is so fast filing tax return electronically. CPA Sanjeev